I'm going to speak a little bit right now to the importance of grounding. So, I'm going to start off by saying that the world that we exist in right now is very ungrounding, and it actually has been for quite some time. And what happens when we feel anxiety and we're hearing lots of things in the news and we're feeling this collective fear from everyone around us, it takes us out of our body and into our mind. And it's really important to come back to the body. And one of the great tools to do that is to ground your feet and ground down into the earth. So I'm going to share something that I've been doing every day or in the moment when it comes up that's really helped me get centered and get really grounded in my own truth. And it has the capacity to really not just get me deeply rooted into my own being and connected to my own body, but it also creates this feeling of peace and calm that before I didn't have. And so what I'll do right now is just go ahead and guide you through my own grounding exercise, meditation that I've been doing. So if you're watching this right now or later, just go ahead and you're probably sitting down, but if you're laying down, that's okay too. But if you have your feet on the floor, just go ahead and feel that connection that you have with the floor beneath you. And feel that connection, that energetic connection with the earth itself. And as you breathe in and out, just feel that current going down into the earth and then back up through your body, through your feet. And also connecting with your seat, where your butt meets the chair, and how you can also ground down through there as well. And I'm already feeling this sense of calm. And I can feel the energy pulsing through my legs. And grounding and feeling your feet firmly on the earth, you can draw that energy from the earth and feel supported, but it doesn't have to be a one-way street. You can also give some presence around your heart and then direct some of the the heart energy and love and send it back. Send it back in gratitude to the earth. And then even place your hand on your heart, one hand on your heart, and one hand on your low belly. And feel that connection between your heart and your low belly. While at the same time grounding into the earth. This is you. This is your body. This is your space. Nobody else's. You have the authority to allow what can enter into your field, enter into your body, and what cannot. And I love this analogy too of your feet can be like the roots of a tree. I imagine myself as an oak tree. That's my name. My last name is Oakley. So I imagine myself as this strong and sturdy oak tree with roots that penetrate all the way down. And only when my roots are all the way down and penetrating through the earth and truly grounded, only then can my branches and my leaves, can they open up to the sky and receive the light. Because you can receive the light. But if your roots aren't grounded, if you're not grounded in your core, in the core of your being, then you're not going to thrive. You're not going to thrive. Strong roots, and then you can open up to receive the light. If you're just focused on the light, then those roots aren't going to, the roots are going to shrivel up and die. And so feeling that support there right underneath your feet. And you also, another thing that I also want you to imagine is that when you root down into the earth and you're rooting down, like you're not the only tree there, okay? Your roots are a part of a network of other roots around you that support each other. So you're not alone in this support and in this, when you ground down, you can connect with others that are also grounding, and you can actually support each other in your growth when you do grow and open to the light. And your heart can really open to others and be of service to others when you have that grounding. You know, like the leaves of a tree, they wouldn't be able to thrive and let in that light and let in that all that nourishes the tree if the roots weren't there to also ground them. And so we can see each other as this community that are all rooting down into the ground and into the earth, and then rising up out of that. That's important. That's what I wanted to add, that you can focus on not just yourself but other people also rooting down into the earth. And it's really beneficial in a group setting to be able to experience collectively other people drawing their roots down into the earth. And that's what I want to do, is have this be a group experience. We can all be different trees and all send our roots down and then connect with each other underneath. So grounding also, it doesn't mean just connecting down in this way, because I'm talking about like a tree. We can grow and flourish our leaves, and after that the buds of a tree open up, and then the flower is this kind of symbol of us communicating with other people in the world. And it's like, it's our voice, it's our song, it's, even if we don't sing, it's how we share ourselves. And then like the bees and the birds and everything, they come and collect from our nectar, and that creates a fruit, and that creates the seed for the future. And this goes way beyond just grounding then. But it starts with the roots going down first. It starts with that. That's why grounding is so fundamental. And if you're watching right now, I saw someone like, but I don't know who you are. Just say hello if you want to. I've got some notes here. That's why I'm looking down. So the grace part of this, the grounding down, the grace that can come from this is releasing any expectations and releasing the feeling of rigidity that you're creating this grounding from the inside, from the outside in. And really, this grounding happens from the very core of you, the very core of your being, and it happens from a place of fully receiving from the earth. And when you're able to do it that way, and just to like release and let go and receive that support, that ongoing energetic support, that's where the grace can come in. You open yourself up to be a channel of receiving the earth's energy and grounding into it. It's like a baby. Just imagine yourself as like a baby being held by its mother, because that's what we all are, where we can just rest. And you can imagine a baby when it's sleeping and it's smiling, and it has this like angelic quality and this graceful quality. It's because it's just able to completely let go and receive its mother's love. And that's what happens also if we allow ourselves to just rest into the experience of who we are and how connected we are to the earth and with each other. I found that it can be quite lovely and blissful experience, grounding. And also why I keep going back to this symbol of the oak tree, personally. And you might be a different tree. You might be a completely different kind of plant. When I look outside my window and there's this massive oak tree, and it's done its work of rooting down so much that it can create this mighty oak. It started with a single seed, a single acorn. And it took years. It took years for it to become what it is now. It's maybe 50 years old. I'm not exactly sure. And it's interesting because you can't count the rings unless you kill the tree. But you can kind of get an idea of how old a tree is. I'm not a tree expert. But when I look at it, like the leaves, its leaves is just like, they're just able to open and receive the light and receive the carbon dioxide and give off the oxygen that is just so essential for us as human beings and all other living creatures to exist. The first step is the rooting down. Root to rise. And finding grace in that experience. So, if you want to join me in a group experience of grounding every Monday at 11:30, you can find information about it on my business page under events, Spiral to Wholeness. And yeah, I'd love for you to join me. And if you feel like this was helpful in any way, the more people that are doing this grounding exercise every day, I think the stronger we can become, really. And it doesn't have to be with me. Even if you're doing your own grounding practice, instead of just imagining yourself as doing it and being alone, imagine everyone else that's grounding with you and how the roots can support each other, how all of our grounding can support each other. And that is the fundamental thing to do before we can open up to the outside world. And that's what I wanted to share. So if you want to join me and ground with me next Monday at 11:30, I'd love to see you there. And if you have any questions, I see someone just popped on, but I don't know if you're still watching. Yeah. I've been doing this not as long as some people, but pretty consistently, and just wanted to share it with you all. And Like grounding is, yeah, it's important.